Hi there, Kendra Tolbert here. I'm a registered dietitian and yoga teacher, and I specialize in women's health and fertility. And today, you and I are going to begin to explore a very important topic. And that topic is preconception preparation. Actually, for the next 3 to 4 months, you and I are going to take a deep dive into the topic of preconception preparation. So I will be providing step-by-step instruction and advice and inspiration to help you prepare for pregnancy. But in this video, we're going to introduce the topic, explore some foundational questions and answers so that we're all on the same page. So, for this video, I'm going to answer the following questions. First question is, what is preconception preparation? The second question is, why is preconception preparation important? And the third question is, when should you begin to prepare for conception and pregnancy? So let's dive right in and get started. First question, what is preconception preparation? I define preconception preparation as the intentional preparing of your mind, your body, and your life for conception, pregnancy, the postpartum period, and parenting. So it's all about taking a close look at your health, at your life, at your community, at your environment, and making any necessary changes to optimize all of those areas so that you can have the ultimate, hopefully, the ultimate outcome that you were looking for, and that's being an amazing parent to an amazing child. Second question, why is preconception preparation so important? So I'm a firm believer that how you go into pregnancy has a huge impact on how you go through pregnancy, how you come out of pregnancy, and on the health of your future child. We know that there is a connection, there are correlations that have been established between your health and your behaviors before you start trying to conceive and the likelihood of you actually conceiving, and how likely you are to have a healthy pregnancy and a healthy labor and delivery and a healthy postpartum period, and all of that impacts the health of your child. There's so much that you and I can do before trying to conceive that is going to have an impact well down the road on not just your child's health, but even your children's health, right? So there's a lot that you and I can do now that's going to impact the future well down the road. Another reason why it's so important to prepare for conception is that preparing gives you an opportunity to address concerns before they become major problems. So let's say in the preconception preparation phase, you discover that your irregular cycles are due to PCOS. Then you are able to make changes that will support ovulation, support healthy insulin sensitivity, or any other changes that you might need to make before you start trying to conceive. So starting early, planning early, preparing early gives you an opportunity to assess and address any concerns, and that's important. Last question, when should you start preparing for conception and pregnancy? So you will find a lot of recommendations to start preparing about 3 to 4 months before you actively start trying to conceive. And I love that guideline. I think it's a great guideline, and I think it can be an even better idea to start preparing well before then. And I say that for a number of reasons. One reason is that it takes time to make changes to behaviors, to make changes to our health. And I think the more time you give yourself, the less pressure you're under, and the more ease you get to experience as you make those changes, because you don't have this tight timeline to make it happen in a shorter amount of time. Another reason is because it can take time to get the doctor's appointments or any other sort of health-related appointments that you may want to explore before you actively start trying to conceive. So here's an example. Let's say you realize you haven't gone to the dentist in quite some time and you are due for a checkup. Well past due, maybe. It happens. It definitely happens. So you call up the dentist and you're like, okay, I need to have a comprehensive exam, and they tell you, great, it'll be 6 months from now before you can come in. So now it's taking 6 months before you can even get an exam with your dentist. You get to the dentist and you find out that you've got some periodontal disease. Now, I hope this isn't true. This is all hypothetical, okay? This is about someone else. So You get there and you have now discovered that something that has the potential to impact your ability to conceive, or the likelihood of conceiving, right? Because there is a correlation between oral health and risk of infertility. There is a connection between the two. And something that has the potential to negatively impact a pregnancy is also going on in your mouth, right? Because again, there's a connection between our reproductive health and our oral health. There's a connection between every bit of our body and every other bit of our body. So it's not a big surprise. One thing will always impact another. It's the domino effect in the body. So anyhow, so perhaps you or someone else discovers that they have periodontal disease. So it took 6 months to discover that because they couldn't get an appointment before that point. Now they have to wait for treatment. What if it takes another 2 months to get the full treatment that they need? So now the other person is 8 months, down the line. That's a lot longer than 3 to 4 months. So if you can give yourself more time, give yourself that gift of more time. Now, if you don't have more time, do the best with whatever you have. Even if it's less than 3 to 4 months, any bit of preparation is better than none. So I have answered 3 foundational questions, and I hope that it's got you a little bit excited about the topics that we're going to cover down the road. And before we end this video, I do want to leave you with 2 questions for you to explore, perhaps by journaling or by chatting with your community or through prayer or however else you like to explore these 2 questions. So question number 1. What thoughts and feelings come up as you consider preconception preparation and planning? Why does preconception planning and preparation feel important to you? Okay, so I hope you have fun exploring those questions, or at least maybe some insight comes up for you that can help you along this journey. Feel free to leave the answers to these questions that came up for you in the comment section below. I'm always happy to hear from you, but of course, feel free to keep it private. I would respect that as well. All right, enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you next week as we take a look at some of the appointments and labs and exams and, of course, providers that you may want to meet with or have completed before you actively start trying to conceive. Enjoy the rest of your week now. We can get to that. Be well, and bye for now.